It's been a long time since I've been here. Just trapped in the ether, lost without any sense of differentality. I know you're probably wondering or missing, or perhaps you all just simply moved on to go watch something more interesting than my usual monthly by monthly blog thing I'm doing now, or whatever I'm doing. I forgot. The point being, it's been a while. It's always been a while. Would I have not leave you guys more content starved than anything else? Jeez, I'd leave you guys more starved than like rabid dogs in the winter. Like those sad ass NLPACPA commercials in the arms of an angel. I'm pretty sure somebody has seen those things. It's not just a complete Mandela effect if you've not seen one of those things. I wonder how everyone's doing so far, you know? It's good to be back in the limelight. Surprisingly, today I took a day off to actually go work on this channel and focus on it. Surprisingly, when you're trapped between working at a retail and, spending time for yourself, there's not a lot of time you actually could do for your personal hobbies, like gaming and actually putting time in YouTube. So I'm glad that I had the opportunity to really sit down and put everything forward for once. It's kind of warming, comforting. Feels different now, especially after talking to the family and discussing matters of what do I want to do with my career with it and with my hobbies. Am I still doing my YouTube channel? I'm like, yeah, I'm still doing it. Kinda, maybe. Oh, it's a work in progress. Being held on life support, perhaps. It's somewhat there. But I'm still doing it, I love it so much. Actually, I honestly missed it. At first, I was very unsure about it, thinking that I was just gonna upload a couple of videos, very bad hot takes and terrible opinions, but you could tell after a while they really started to age like fucking bad milk. Whew, they age so horribly. They could be literally used against me in account of my opinions at this point. But others, though, I wish I could have more time with them, Others, I wish I had more time with them. My personal thought. Maybe one day I actually sit down and actually get to working on them, like actually remake them and make them better. The Coffee Talk one, I love that one. I love working on that one. And I'm still working on that Coffee Talk 2 video if I ever get off my ass and actually work on it. But the fact that the first one had a remake video, re-edited and redone by somebody else really made me happy to see that I had a fan base going. And I'm not gonna lie, I missed that. And to this day, I still check my YouTube studio and still see that I still get views and subscribers and comments on my videos or the CapCuts I used to make a lot. It's crazy that I'm still fostering some level of a fan base. Probably they're coming from TikTok, or possibly they're coming from Instagram. They're not coming from Facebook, because I don't never promote on Facebook, and it's not on Twitter because I make sure I get rid of everything on Twitter unless I'm using Blue Sky, and I still haven't really set that one up yet. Sheesh, I don't know when, but I will. So it makes me kind of happy that people are still discovering it quietly but surely. Makes me kind of wonder like what else will be discoverable. But I guess in this episode of Catch Up with Kuma, the December 1st volume, bo6 came out, and surprisingly it was not a bad game. I knew it was going to do good. I just feel like that the hate train for bo6 was just a little too unwarranted, too unnecessary. I think everyone hating on it because it wasn't just Black Ops 3 or the Warzone-ification of every COD game that came out since Warzone made it feel like it just tainted bo6 a little bit and made it just kind of like really rough to bear. I understand the feeling. It's hard to explain when it comes to it. It's just how it is, in my opinion. Because when I was playing Zombies, Terminus, Liberty Falls, the only thing I kept seeing that kept coming out that wasn't just Easter egg steps or side Easter eggs or just discussions of it were mainly popular and sometimes small creators who just either supported it or blatantly shit talked it. And the majority of it came from just shit talking bo6 Zombies, mainly Liberty Falls, because it was like a reskinned or recolored multiplayer map, because it was small and it didn't shock me, or at worst it just glazed bo3. And I think that's the problem with Zombies now. especially bo6. And it's not the game, it's just the fan base, this toxic positivity of it's not bo3, so why should I play it? Okay, then go play bo3 if you want to play it. I want to move on with my experience. Not every experience should be bo3. And as everyone pointed out, bo3 still had its flaws, it still had its weaknesses. Did we all not forget about Garage Crovey, Revelations, some of the Easter egg steps, Shadows of Evil's Easter egg steps, the Dr. Monty's Liquid Divinium stuff? If you weren't exploiting it and glitching it, they get like 2 million of those things since they get the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse, Gobblegums, all the launch of that game, the state of some of the maps at launch, and even some of them still today. Are we all just forgetting how bo3 was somehow not in the best of states? But bo6, oh, it's bad. 2 maps, and one of them could be Warzone because it was just slightly brighter in the beta map of it, which I still think everyone casting their judgment when that map was like being preview played by the popular COD players. Everyone was like, oh, this map sucks. I'm like, guys, it didn't even come out officially. Are you guys are you guys disillusioned and had no hope that bo6 was going to be good? Are we starving that bad for content right now, or am I just believing that we aren't? It's like, I know Cold War was good. It could have been done more. Vanguard was shit, but it had an interesting premise. I mean, I guess if you're not a zombie junkie like me who knows all the zombie lore now, who's been new since bo1, story wise with court effects and all that, didn't make sense, but I still held hopes for it. It could have had potential. MWZ, or I call it just DMZ on steroids, it's dog water. I wish it could have been better. It had the potential of being the outbreak from Cold War, but it was still just blatantly just Warzone with zombies. But bo6 is going back to form. IB is just, I guess, a mixture of bo3, 4, and Cold War combined, you know, with just a little bits and pieces from the Warzone stuff, like the armor plating and I guess just, yeah, mainly armor plating and the ammo boxes, because just like, it's not bad at all. I think it's actually pretty better in my opinion, but I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get a hate comment talking about this game too much. Oh man, honestly, I think it's just the hate of bo6 is what makes me so mad about it. Everyone hates the game before you even get a month in to really breathe and exist, because it's just not the same game that came out probably back in 2016, that again had its own creative flaws and just, you know, fucked up on its own half. Oh boy, it made me kind of depressed even thinking about it now. But Liberty Falls was a good map in my opinion, a nice casual starter map. It didn't have to be like, you know, something nuts. It didn't have to be guts though. It didn't have to be like drive you crazy. It didn't be like, whoa, they did this, you know. Honestly, in my personal opinion, I believe that I actually liked, in my opinion, I liked Cold War's cute nods to the old Aether timeline stuff, like the perks, the weapons, the enemies. Sometimes it's the little knickknacks you'll find, like the intel, like old perk cans, the dragon head. I miss when they were referencing all the cute stuff, how the Ray K was just based off the Ray Gun Mark 3s from Garage Crovey. That's cute. I like that. I like when they did that. I want them to go back to that kind of form, because it's just like, hey guys, Aether's not gone completely, which is, you know, it's just being modernized, you know? It's just being like taking stuff from there to there. It was simply just good that way. Oh, and don't get me started on everyone's perception of how they heard about the recent leaks about bringing Primus back to bo6. You know, everyone was either excited or pissed off. This YouTuber I watch named no name here, no underscore name underscore here, he was talking about a lot about bo3. I mean, I hope I got his name right. His whole thing was just about zombies, and he had been doing it for long, but all his videos were short and they mean something. And that was one of the videos he talked about, was talking about Why do we need to bring back the Primus or Ultimus or whoever's going to come back from that team? Why do they need to be here? This story was already done in BO4. Albeit BO4 just felt very underwhelming for the Aether side, being that was going to be the end all be all for that storyline. But why bring them back? Especially about Tom Kane, because the guy who voiced Takeo, he was the... I feel like that'd be wrong for me to even to know Aether's going to come back if they're here. We're tough in being there. That's going to be normal. But bring back those three? Why? I would say the main people who should come back into the story in Dark Aether should be Dr. Monty, who never came back at all. His last known appearance was back in Alpha Omega in the ending cutscene where he killed Maxis. He's the only one who has yet to even make so much as even a present in these last 3 to 4 COD games. You know, these last 2 to 3 zombie experiences. No, yeah, 3. Cold War, Vanguard, and MW3 zombies. He should be playing a part because it's Monty. He wasn't even in Black Ops 4 Tactor Totem. You telling me where was he? He was just sitting back and letting this all unravel? Monty would have done something at this point. If not him, then Victus, the only crew who has not either been killed because they weren't tied to the summoning key or 115 or they weren't the prisoners of mob. The only people who were there who were treated like shit and disrespected by everybody from the community and the game and the, I guess, Aether timeline lore, and who could come back, who is not even confirmed dead at this point. I believe they could come back and still do more. Because if Zombies is going that kind of cool, we could have that as a cute little Easter egg. Hell, I've been waiting in Cold War for them to make an appearance, or have an audio tape, or have any kind of like sly Easter egg, like, hey, we're still here. Especially the Outbreak second Easter egg, where Dr. Monty give us like the cool power-up upgrade, the contract that made you have like the purple tier guns now, so you can pretty much just make any map a snore at this fest because you don't have to build up like 800 salvage, 8 trillion salvage to make your gun purple, or wait to the box to have it. So to me, it's like, man, I wish Victus come back because they're tough. They could do this. They could fight and win. What are we waiting for? Treyarch, what are you sleeping on with Victus? Is it because that the Broken Earth arc wouldn't matter anymore? Or they wouldn't fit in the storyline because they're from the old timeline and it wouldn't fit? Who cares? I say we bring them in just to feel them out, because at least then it won't be just overly glazing Ritov. It will be glazing the old Primus crew or you know, Ultimus. It wouldn't be them anymore. At least be somebody else besides our fallback safety net. And I don't know how I feel about Chaos being in this whole thing now. I'm very conflicted on Chaos. Chaos, I wish it could have still been his own thing. I wish it could have been saved for another COD game. But I don't know how they're going to fit this in here. Maybe that the new Dark Aether timeline is making the multiverse, like some sort of like Ultiverse. Cause I've been sitting here thinking about it. If Vanguard introduced the Sentinel artifact and Alistair Rhodes and all that, not Alistair Rhodes, but Alistair and in the Sentinel artifact, does that mean they're all connected? Is just Prima Materia just another version of just 115? Or is it just like another like a Garthan device? Or is just Chaos Story like another like canon adjacent verse, or just a Pello dimension universe thing from Aether? What if it wasn't 115 but it was Prima Materia, just another version? You know, it has to be explained here, because this is still the Dark Aether storyline. This is just like, I guess, post, you know, Aether to you 2,000 years later, you know, kind of shit. But I gotta figure out what would Chaos even do. And if they are bringing back Chaos, and this is my little crackhead theory, my little crackhead conundrum, what are they gonna do with like Diego, Bruno, Shaw, and Scarlet? Because I'm pretty sure nobody just didn't forget about the Chaos crew. Sure, they could just say they've been long dead. You know, Bruno did kill Shaw and used the Staff of Ra to resurrect them as one of the fuck, I forgot their organization. Let's call them the poor man's keepers, the Chaos keepers. You know, and Scarlet and Diego's holding Scarlet after Medusa stole her knowledge, and it was going to go to that, I guess, grand library, and that's the last we saw of Chaos. as the crew entirely. I'm not holding my money that they're still alive and they're still somewhere out in the world, but if we're bringing chaos into the Dark Aether storyline, are we ever going to get a reference to them? And by reference, I mean they have to be characters in the story and probably not some shitty overpriced bundle in the COD shop. I swear to goodness, if any extra characters in Zombies is just going to be dedicated to just being a bundle in a shop, I will lose it, because that is a waste of not only story but character, and just wasting of bringing them back for the sake of making money. If I want to waste money, I go put money in Fortnite. At least I know I put $9 in it and I'm at least buying something of use. I mean, I'm actually putting money in that isn't worth more than like $30 for something valuable, you know? Whew, I've been ranting about zombies for so long. Oh, granted, I haven't played the campaign yet. This has probably been the first COD game I haven't actively touched the campaign in like a minute. Because I didn't buy Vanguard because Vanguard was ass. I didn't buy Modern Warfare 2 because I just didn't have it. I'm about to get Modern Warfare 1, and I didn't touch Modern Warfare 3 solely because Modern Warfare 3 is fucking dog water. I'm sorry, you can't even pay me to buy that game. You can't even pay me money back for playing that game. But bo6 is good. In my opinion, it's probably gonna last us a while, and I'm hoping that this game lasts us a good while and not just a 1-year experience where we all get okay, let me say this clearly. I need to be honest and clear about this. I hope bo6 gets at least about 2 years worth of content, and not just like the 1 year, we'll just shove everything in the game and cut half of it out as cut content or scrap, even though it was already done, to go work on the next COD game. I'm hoping that Activision has learned their lesson about, you know, snubbing their games halfway through and then just shipping us the rest of it in the next COD game. Because I think the next developer is Infinity Ward. Because we already had like Modern Warfare, since BO4 we had at least Modern Warfare 1, Cold War, Vanguard, Modern Warfare 2, and then Modern Warfare 3. So the next game, besides after BO6, should be Infinity Ward. And then knowing them, we're gonna probably either get Advanced Warfare 2 or hopefully not Modern Warfare 4. I'm hoping the next game be Advanced Warfare 2 because there's still a lot of COD games that need sequels. Ghost 2, Advanced Warfare 2. I'm gonna need a BO3 Part 2 because that game still needs a lot, but even though that's Treyarch, maybe I'll take a World War 2 too, because Infinity Warfare 2, like Infinite Warfare, that needs a sequel immediately because zombies. I just need bo6 to last longer than it does for once. Maybe we could break the cycle of these COD games to them just lasting only a year. Like, man, $70 for a game that's only gonna last for 1 year at the minimum, with maybe some support after it, and hopefully they're not gonna make a Warzone 3.0, which will leave my game as a legacy game and completely fuck me over. So all my skins and all the money I put into that game is practically worthless and just sitting there to die and rot. Looking at you, Cold War, looking at Activision for openly fucking me over and making my skins and assassinations and all of them sitting there to rot, and I can't even use them in Warzone because Warzone 1 died, and I guess no one was thinking how about we could just implement it into Warzone 2.0 because that's still the hardest thing on the market, and people who have all these legacy skins can either at least get compensated in COD points or something of use. I don't know why I'm getting mad. This is a gaming company. I don't know what's worse, knowing that Tectone has allegations, which is not surprising, or the fact that Sweet Baby Inc. has touched every game I practically liked, because we're still trying to blind ourselves with agendas about making our games, you know, speak a message where I just don't give a fuck about that. I want my games to be games and not some bullshit agenda spieler pile of shider. Make my game a game and we move on with our lives, you know? It's the simplest things, you know? I'm not asking a lot nowadays. I just want my game to be game. I want them to be reasonably priced, and I want them to be worth my money. That's all I want. I'm not asking for you to make Peak again. Whew. that's gonna be it for this video. I don't know, go play some Master Detective Code Archive Code Rain. I just bought that on Black Friday and I'm gonna spend like the next 80 hours playing that. Also, another side note, game of the year, for the love of God, please don't vote the Elden Ring DLC. Have some more self-respect. That's a DLC and not a game. Do not put that as game of the year. If I see that on game of the year, I'm gonna lose my shit.